son. That Detroit talk to you. I-70 East, headed out probably about 45 minutes or so east of Columbus here. We're gonna talk about these these 8-inch straight pipes I got. I've been kind of having some issues with them, mainly on the right side, just with the way that they're run. My pipes don't like, I don't know how to explain it. I think the elbows are too heavy for the clamps that I have, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to support them. They're supposed to be supported in a different way than how I have them run. And I could, like, I'm using flex pipe, of course, so that when the support arms kind of move around a little bit, you know, it's it allows them to move around without tearing through tearing through the clamps like they have in the past. But with that said, where the elbow slides up into the stack, it doesn't matter how much I torque on, or how much I tighten down the clamps that I have, the butt clamps, it still seems to work its way out. No matter how tight I get it, it still seems to work its way loose a little bit, to where the elbow starts to drop down out of the stack. I should have taken some video yesterday of what it looked like. It moved, like the elbow had dropped about 1 inch out of the stack, and I ended up putting a new band clamp on it. And I noticed today that it's still moving down a little bit, even though I have the band clamp tight as far as it'll go. It's still moving down a little bit, so I don't know. I'm thinking the 8-inch elbows are just too heavy for just the clamp to hold them up, which blows my mind, just because on my passenger side it's sliding down and sliding out of the stack, but on my driver's side it hasn't budged. Like, it works perfectly fine. And so I don't know, it's been bugging the hell out of me. I've also had clamps that are broken, support brackets that are broken, and I'm just not sure. I'm thinking that my truck just doesn't, or these stacks just don't like my truck. That's what I think. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, I ordered some 7-inch stacks. So they'll be a little bit lighter, not by much, but they'll be a little bit lighter. They'll still look good, in my opinion. And I have them where the bottom's neck down to 5-inch, so that's kind of gonna look, you know, that's gonna look a little goofy. But I figure with it necking down to 5-inch and doing a 5-inch elbow to where it goes up to connects to the 5-inch pipe under the truck, or under my cab, that'll probably end up being a little bit better. Maybe the elbows won't slide out of the stack, or just because it'll be a lot lighter, it'll be less stress on what that clamp is trying to hold on. But I'll put in some video of what I'm talking about. The kit that I bought is more specifically for, they were made for what do you call them, like a Freightliner Classic XL. That was the kit that I bought, just because it had the shorter elbows. and you'll see what I'm talking about in the video I'll make. But it has the shorter elbows to where, because on the Classic XLs it goes underneath the cab. The exhaust comes out underneath the cab instead of going all the way down, at least, you know, stock anyway. I don't know if they, I've never seen I can't recall ever seeing a Classic XL with the stacks that go all the way down, kind of like how a Peterbilt does, like a long nose Pete, where they go between the fuel tanks and the front steps. I've never seen a Classic XL that way, so I don't know. But anyway, I'll end up selling my 8-inch stacks, and I'll probably sell them pretty cheap. As where they sit right now, they're about 11. I want to say they're 11.6. They're not even 12 feet tall, as far as from the ground to the top of the stacks. So obviously that's going to depend on where your truck sits. But yeah, I'm going to end up selling my stacks. Anybody in Ohio or passing through Ohio that would want to meet up, we could plan something. But I gotta wait till I get my 7-inch stacks. I'll do a video on installing those, and you know, hopefully those will work out a little bit better. With those, like with these, they're West Coast turnout stacks, and my 8-inch ones, the 7-inch will be just flat top stacks. Personally, I kind of like the look of the flat tops. I went with these West Coast turnouts just because they were on sale. They were a good price for what I got them for. So on my dual stacks, my driver's side I haven't really had any issues with when it comes to the elbow. But on this side, you can see I got this new clamp on here, and you can see just a little bit where I had it up here last night when I put it on, and it slid down a little bit already. So this is what I was talking about as far as earlier, about how the flex pipe is the only thing kind of holding it up, and then of course just putting that pressure on this clamp, because this pipe was, or the elbow was almost touching the support bracket, and you can see just how much it's moved down. That's just today. So I figured between the flex pipe and this clamp, doesn't matter if I had this clamp or I've had a style like that. And with this style, I put this part just under where they butt up together, and all it's done is you can kind of see it where it's like crushed the elbow in a little bit, and I just had exhaust leaks right there. So anyway, I'll probably end up just selling the stacks, or the elbows and the stacks together. Somebody that can actually put them on their truck the correct way versus the shitty way that I did it, so they can get some 8-inch stacks on their truck. But anyhow, that's what I got going on with that. When I was talking about earlier, I'm just going to end up selling these. I've got 7-inch stacks coming. Anyway, I just figured to hell with it. I think these elbows are too heavy for the way I have it set up and the way I have to run my exhaust, because I thought about just running a straight piece of pipe there and mount it in, but with it moving around, I've had it before where these style clamps, it just ends up cracking and breaking through them with the with the exhaust moving around. So you have to have that flex pipe on there, obviously, for it to be able to move around. That way you're not breaking clamps and brackets and everything else. So anyway, I figure I'm just going to sell those and switch to 7-inch. I got 7-inch flat top stacks coming. They'll be just barely taller than these. I think from where the elbow is to the top, I believe it's roughly about 82 inches or so, and I have 84-inch stacks coming. And then I believe these are only about 11'6" maybe tall with the way I have them set up. So, you know, if you want to buy them for your truck, you could actually have them supported down here the correct way, then you shouldn't have any issues like I've been having.